Every gaming series should have a pinnacle of awesome, preferably at the end of the franchise, otherwise it piddles about for asinine installments before it concludes. The Zenith in question for the PS2 Dragon Ball series is Budokai 3, and this review will go into lengths about why. 2004 made me realize why I hated Budokai 2's graphics. They were beaters for how this one would turn out, and it becomes more obvious as you make comparisons. Crisp, accurate, and colourful, it's a Dragon Ball fan's wet dream. The special attacks are also more cinematic, and the destroyed stage makes its triumphant return, with all the details I could have wanted. Also, a brief scene is shown of how the Earth is ravaged by the attack in question, which is splendid, in a word. Dragon Universe adds a new layer of flavour to the mix. You select a character and play through their important portions of the Z arc in a beautifully rendered overworld. You fly through the map to various locations, you find scattered items, Dragon Balls, and events. After a battle, you gain experience points, which you use to level up and give you an edge against the opponent. In this case, the computer. This maxes out at level 99, so you need to be careful and wise about how you progress, because it doesn't fill out all of your customizable attributes. The only complaint that one might have is the lack of rendered cutscenes, but with the budgets and time constraints it wasn't really feasible for it to happen. It's made up for though with the amount of playtime that you can get out of the story, which also extends into the territory of GT and movies for the first time, with the odd what-if scenario to tantalize fans. My complaint from Budokai 1 was that it felt like a fighter with Dragon Ball characters, but this installment feels through and through like a Dragon Ball game. Ultimate attacks no longer need combos, for instance. It also initiates a skillful, time-based minigame, which can reduce the amount of damage that the receiver takes. But with the good must come the bad. In the Raging Blast 2 video, I said that something became broken, but really it's just a bad mechanic. Said mechanic is Hyper Mode, which stops the character flinching to light attacks, and is what is necessary to do an ultimate. Not inherently bad, but the Dragon Rush combo is. It's a rock-paper-scissors minigame which allows the aggressor to perform a special attack if they're successful. If. Luck shouldn't be this paramount in a fight, especially when the computer abuses it and is more likely to be successful in wrecking your shit. It's balanced by the fact that Hyper Mode itself leaves you vulnerable if you fail to use an ultimate or Dragon Rush, but that isn't likely with the AI. Which is sad, because the scenes involving them are actually quite spectacular. So I despairingly say fuck you to Dragon Rush. The skill system really goes without mention this time because it's the same as Budokai 2, and for actually customizing your characters it's really in the story and in the extras. There are new attires available though, which are nice to see. The aforementioned extras include extra voice recordings from the voice actors. We have openings from Budokai 2 and 3 with and without the vocals, in addition to an expansion of the leveling system from Dragon Universe called Dragon Arena. Very much like Barbady's spaceship, you fight the characters in the game, although there are different levels that you can battle them at, so you can constantly challenge yourself and increase the difficulty. It also has a system where there is a break-in, and a particular fighter interrupts the match that you're about to engage in. If you win it, you get newer and rarer capsules, although it's a very kind of a rare opportunity for that to happen. Again, very much like Barbady's spaceship, because you're hoping to get rarer capsules, but despite not being the newest thing in the world, it's still worth playing, because once the story mode is completed, you want to still challenge yourself and get better at playing. In conclusion, fresh, exciting despite the repeated story, and improving in most aspects, Budokai 3 shines the brightest. From here the developers could have gone one of two ways: refining the fighting engine and introducing new plot elements and scenarios for the characters, at least to the gaming series, or use the same story and craft a new, more accurate fighting engine. The latter was chosen, and in hindsight it maybe wasn't the best decision for innovation's sake. Perhaps the former might have been a little bit more interesting, and opened the door to a few more possibilities. But what the fuck do I know, right? I'm just some retard fag, aren't I? Anyway, that concludes this part of the PS2 retrospect. When it returns I'll be doing the Budokai Tenkaichi series. Until then I'll be reverting to good old sprite stuff, starting with a hair tutorial. Since I've started college now though, episodes may take longer to produce. But don't worry, I genuinely enjoy making Spriting on a whim, so I'm likely to keep going with the series. Just bear in mind that they're not always going to be punctual. Till next time, take care and I hope you enjoyed this episode. This has been a DBZ Vortex podcast. Our community is based at www.dbzvortex.tk or forum.dbzvortex.tk. Head over there for a core Dragon Ball Z fanbase, fun people to talk to, and most of all, top-notch LSW sprites that nowhere else on the net has.